This is Chris Gotti Lorenzo and my partner Don Dinero.
You already know, Mr. Money for the Gringo.
Okay, voila. Yo, thank you again for liking, sharing, subscribing. This is Givin Them The Business, and we love keep bringing these interviews and these kind of conversations and topics. And today we have a great topic. We're going to talk about the Colorado Buffaloes, right? We're going to talk about Deion Sanders, prime time, and what is going on out there. So, I want to just start by shouting out prime time. Is, what I'm saying? That's what he's doing is amazing. Keep up the good work. I watched the interview with Steven Jackson. Shout out Stack Jack. And he was like, yeah, we're going to see who's going to be part of this now. We're going to see who's going, because after they just had that loss, and I wanted to talk about everything going on right there, and how do you see things over there?
Well, I mean, first of all, I gotta commend the athletic director for the Colorado for taking a chance and having the foresight to say, hey, I'm gonna go sell this.
It's
because
crazy.
He promised him money he didn't have. He says, what do you want? I want $25 million. Yeah, I don't have it. But are you willing to come in here and build this with me, and I'll figure it out?
But what else was really important that he did, he took the chance. Like you said, he took the chance. Primetime went to mad other schools to try and get a position, and they didn't accept him.
Nah, he was at Jackson State, and he had success there. But everyone was saying he goes to the next level. And then when he took the Colorado job, you have to understand that program was straight shit. Worst team in the Pac-12. Hadn't won more than 4 or 5 games in years. Right. I think they won one game the year before. No one was coming to the stadium. He takes on that job, and thank God to social media, he starts revving it up. The first day he got in there, they had clips of him talking to the students about transferring out of here because he's looking for these type of kids. He ended up taking the top recruit, Travis Hunter, the year before in the country to a HBCU never seen before, and then he was able to get him to transfer and come along with him to Colorado.
Right.
That tells me when you have young men following you, you're an incredible leader, and they know you have their best interest. Because my sons play college football, and these coaches you give your kids to, and you put them in their hands.
Exactly.
And, they can make them or break them. So I think from the standpoint of people need to understand what he was able to do, get the position. Say, yes, I'll take this spot. Beautiful school, by the way, in a great location. Has some tradition and history, but nothing lately. To then come out, do that, go to spring football practice, which starts at the middle of January. Have your spring game in April. All the hype, and people saying if he wins 3 games, it's a lot, right? The hype behind TCU was the program built itself to a nationally ranked program. They played in the national championship the year before. There's no way Deion's going to get mopped.
Right.
He goes and he wins the first game. So the success of winning, Deion's mouthpiece is unbelievable. He could talk, right?
Prime time.
And he brings that added attention.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, Nebraska. Guys on ESPN, I can't wait, Nebraska, this and that. He beats Nebraska handedly, like really beats them. And then a lot of hype on Colorado State game. Travis Hunter gets hit. But I want you to understand the amount of money.
Cheap shot.
Cheap shot. He should have got ejected, but that's part of football. There's a lot of cheap shots in football we don't get to see because it's not on the right player, but it's part of football. It's to me, a cheaper shot is when you catch the guy outside the locker room and punch him in the face, right? It's on the football field.
No, that's a fight.
No, super late hit. We all seen
super
it.
late hit.
We know it was, but we understand why. That's the energy you bring when you talk. Guys want to do nasty things to you.
That's the
unfortunate.
That is part
you
of
played
the problem.
Football, you know
that is part of the problem.
So he was targeted. If you get a good shot on Travis,
his son got hit on that same thing late.
You see,
after he scored on the interception.
Yeah, they were saying that Colorado State was full of thugs, right? That they were trying to hurt. The difference between Colorado and Colorado State were trying to hurt him, but that comes from the talk. When you see Oregon State.
But you know what that takes? It takes a lot of discipline not to react. It doesn't care. I don't care. You coming to hurt. Again, we're playing the sport.
That's Deion playing for 30 years football at the top of the league.
It's not Deion, though.
No, I'm just saying his team prepared.
It's his kids. So
preparing his teams for that.
It lets you know he has them very much disciplined that they didn't react.
Yeah, he's definitely preparing them for those situations.
I congratulate him on not reacting. It takes a lot of class.
But I laughed this week how everyone was like, hey, he's supposed to lose to Oregon. If he would have beaten Oregon, bro, I'm telling you right now you're talking. Without his best player, Travis Hunter. So without his best player, they still probably would have lost by a couple touchdowns. Not as bad as they did. But this is good for the kids. Chris, you've been in situations in your life that these L's help you
Absolutely.
build. So what happens with the L? All the hype is down. Guess what? They're going to USC next week. They're going to get smacked again. Without Travis Hunter. They're going to get smacked again. But we know this. If you're into college sports, you know that even what he's done so far was not going to continue. It's a Cinderella story. Now, the difference is he's going to win them 7 to 8 games, and they're going to go to a bowl game. All you need is 6 victories to go to a bowl game. That's going to bring what? Extra, let's talk about business. The amount of revenue. The Colorado State guy talked about Deion wearing glasses and a hat and that his mom taught him better. He sold $1 million worth of shades that week.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's already he sold out all the season tickets. The stadium was sold out. They made $25 million that one day.
Yeah. They're the highest ticket right now.
Okay, they got Lil Wayne, they got people on the sidelines. Everyone wants to go support Deion. So at the end of the day, I want you to understand that what he's doing from a revenue, and he has us talking about him, ESPN, everyone's talking about him. Guess what? Colorado State, have you ever seen a team, have you ever seen a football team lose by, what was it, 40-something? They lost by almost 30 points.
42-6.
Okay, so they lost by 30-something points and get all the interview time at the end of the game.
Yeah.
The winning team got no interview time.
Well, you know what I would do again?
That's market share. That's huge.
Hey,
He's
let me tell you
crushing
something.
it.
See,
how much is
Deion,
it? How much? Let me ask you a question. How much does it cost us to get ESPN to give you a special interview at the end of the game when you
60
lost?
60 minutes. He's got an interview. With
Forget about 60 minutes. That's a pre-plan. I'm talking about
That's
they lost.
crazy.
They lost by 30 minutes, and all the cameras on him. They don't even want to talk to the winning coach. When you see that. Tell me when you see that.
Only now.
So as an AD, I'm still getting all. They're still talking about every time we mention. This is how it works in the monetized area we're in. Every time you mention Colorado Buffaloes, cha-ching.
Yeah.
Cha-ching. So at the end of the game, no one's shocked that they lost, but because they've been winning, they only want to talk to Deion. And how do you react? And that's when he said, "Hey, I didn't lose. The Colorado Buffaloes lost. This is my team. You guys think they're not playing against me. My playing days are over. And guess what? I got a gold jacket."
Yeah.
He crushed him with that one. So I love the fact that he's still bringing market share and attention.
Right.
Right? Because that's really what the schools want. Look at the opposite. Alabama's going in the opposite direction.
Right.
They're tired of their winning. He's not doing the polo, so a lot of kids don't want to play for Alabama. It's not exciting anymore.
It's not it. But, you know.
Clemson losing too. Not exciting anymore. Now Florida State. All the other schools. So what I'm saying is that we're in a paradigm shift. Deion Sanders, without really knowing, is creating the new blueprint.
He may know.
No, but what I say is the reason I say we're not knowing is because he's in uncharted waters. So he's trying stuff, but I don't think he absolutely knows what's going to happen. It's bigger than what he thinks, in my opinion, and he's showing you the new blueprint for how to build a program, almost like a pro-style level. Get rid of him, bring in free agents.
When you say build a new...
the blueprint of how to build a college program.
Hold on, but how can it be duplicated? See, to build something, we have to have the engineers, the architects, and we know how to do it. How do you do what he's doing?
I get Shaq to coach my LSU basketball team now. He's changing the game.
Hold on.
So how he's, what I'm saying is that him without knowing,
let me say something.
He's creating opportunities.
Shaq could go in there. You could go get all of the greats. They're not prime time.
No, I get it. Well, listen,
they are not Deion Sanders.
What he's doing, the Sauces is doing an outstanding job of coaching. So what I'm saying is that you understand anything in life is picky. Now there's another AD sitting there at, let's say, Arizona State that's not doing too good. And they sit back and say, shit, let me try this Deion thing. Let me try to get Terrell Owens or someone who's, I'm not saying it's going to work.
I understand.
But he by himself, because of what he's doing, he's going to create opportunities for other head coaches who might be a little bit, because before him, who was the loudest and most talkative coach and everyone hates him and he hasn't won the national championship, is my man from Michigan.
Harbaugh.
Harbaugh is a hater his coach because of how he talks, and he takes his kids on spring break. He takes them to France because they got the budget, and he talks about Saban, and he's the one that had the most, and he had kids wanting to play for him at a traditional school, but he didn't have that gold jacket, and he played in the NFL.
I know.
He's not Deion Sanders.
No.
So, but when you look at Deion Sanders,
that's what I'm saying.
No, there's one of one, Chris.
What I'm saying is, you go get these guys that have some accolades, but even if they're greatest players in the history, may not be able to talk like that man could talk.
Oh, no.
His passion.
I think the closest guy to that flamboyancy that I could project
it's deeper than flamboyancy.
The equivalent.
That would be. It's deeper than.
No, the equivalent of Shaq. If Shaq got offered to coach the LSU, his old basketball, or maybe another program, Shaq, because of his use of social media and he might be able to bring that appeal, but can he coach the kids to win? See, Deion is coaching these kids to ball, and then there's a source that no one's noticing that he has, that I respect because I'm one of them and you're one of them.
No, he's a dad.
He's a dad, and his kids are playing for him. And his son is the starting quarterback monster. His other son's a starting safety monster.
But that's going to change, right?
No.
They're going to graduate.
No,
they're going to move on.
But he just said
it changed in the sense of they won't be playing for him.
But listen to what he said.
He's an incredible coach. Like his words is so motivating.
Motivating.
When you listen to it, that's what I mean. But you could go get someone else like him, but can they make you feel his words like he does? Because that's what's making them play. That's what's getting them overly overachieving, let's say.
Yes,
and that's what's moving forward, and which is creating
Great
everything.
leadership.
It's the reason he sells his glasses and sells over $1 million fucking dollars.
Yes.
Plus
he has his way,
in a
his
day.
sauce.
You know, here I'm wearing my man Sebastian Telfair's glasses. I cannot move the needle like Deion. Right. Go get those billionaire glasses. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, that's the difference in what we're talking about. You know, it's funny. I had a dealing with Deion back in the day when he first started his charter school and he wanted to raise some money. So I met him. We started talking, and I brought him over to meet up with one of my friends, Israel Englander, Izzy. And Izzy's, you know, a multi-billionaire, the whole thing. We have a great meeting with Deion. I get it Izzy to invest in his charter school. Deion comes out of that meeting and he tells me something that I couldn't believe. He said, I've never been in a meeting like that before. I said, what are you talking about? You're fucking prime time. I said, how does your agent never put you in front of people? Because I know who he is. I know he's going to sell it. And that's what he did. Izzy was enamored by this guy. Like, he loved him after meeting him. And again, it was $150,000. It wasn't nothing crazy, but he was like, "Come on, with us, send a check." Like, immediately, it was done. And Deion was like, he's never been in a meeting like that before in his life, to which I could not believe. And I said, "Please, that's so sad, because whoever your agent is, you should have fired him. They should have been did that for you. Whoever you're fucking with." And when I see him now, and this has got to be. I did that whenever the charter school, so whatever is that, 10 years, maybe 15 years ago or something. It's in that neighborhood. I'm bad with timelines. But when I see him now, it's exactly who he is, man. He is one of one. He moves and motivates. And I give him so much credit because I watch these other coaches take shots or jabs at him. And the only thing I see is jealousy. They're jealous because they cannot do what he's doing. And they're probably a little upset he's getting so much attention. But
remember what he's doing also? He's shaking up the status quo way.
That's fine.
But that's the problem, too, that they're having with him.
Listen to me. So that's fine. Shake it up, because the only thing it's going to do is elevate. It's going to change the narrative. It's going to make it better. It's going to make it better for everyone, because now all those other coaches have to step up or they're going to be replaced. Right. It's going to be as simple as that. And that is the beauty of what I see in Colorado. And with Deion, I'm a primetime fucking fan, huge fan of Deion. I have the pleasure of knowing that man. I can't wait to get to a game. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to get out to a game with him and just chill out and just tell him congratulations, shake his hand and let him know you got soldiers here. I mean, this community of hip-hop is protecting him. And, I mean, we should stand up and celebrate what he's doing, because it's changing culture. Yeah. It's changing everything. And he has an uphill battle. Like, to do what you're doing, it's an incredible challenge. But it has to start somewhere. And again, I don't believe we could find. It'll be a different type of person that does it a different way. You know, there's more than one way to skin a cat.
Yeah.
So it's not like that's the only way to motivate people. There's other ways of motivating people. So understand that's not what I'm saying, like he's the only approach. There's other ways, but what he's doing it in front of you, real time. He has a whole team of photographers and cameramen filming everything all day while he's at practice, walking around to go to meeting. Like, to me, he's really taking advantage of the social media aspect of the business. So the value of what he brought to this Colorado program is really you can't put a real number on it. And I don't know, you know, our podcast is Givin Them The Business. How do you put the right evaluation on a Deion Sanders inside of this program? Yes, he's getting paid.
This is why I told you the
$29 million for 4 years, which to me pales in comparison in what is really the value, because he's really making this program into a household name. They're getting the ratings, so you can't tell me the numbers aren't there. He's telling you how many people are watching him. Like, the numbers are staggering amounts of people.
All his games are on prime time now.
Everything is prime time.
All the games are on prime
Ironically.
time. Yeah, but I'm saying is that what people want to watch. He's getting ratings. And the irony is, this is what's crazy. Majority of America that we know is watching him to see him lose.
Oh, that's a fact. So it's like Mike
the
Tyson.
Mayweather effect.
It's like Mike Tyson. It's like Mayweather. It's all good.
When you win, it's the New England effect. The Patriots.
That's right.
Everyone would tune in.
They want to watch you lose.
And
they want to see you all fall off your pedestal.
That's part of success.
But what he did,
and he's having success.
You know,
he
said something at that press conference that I loved. He said, "Catch me now."
Yeah.
Like you said with the whole thing. When he said, "Catch me now," I said, "Talk that shit, yo, Prime, talk it. Catch me now," because what he did is take a whole program, a D1 program, get rid of whoever he had to, bring in how many new recruits, and build a team. When I looked at the game, honestly, I said, they're undersized. Front lines. With me and you know football. Football is won by them lines, defensive lines and offensive lines, basically, especially offensive lines.
Alabama dominated for so many years. All they had the best offensive and defensive linemen. When you talk about these big schools, that's the only difference between the bigger schools and the smaller schools. It's not the skill position. No. Because anyone can catch a ball.
Everyone can run.
It's them linemen.
It's the linemen.
So right now, that's where Warren Sapp said, I'm coming to help him out. That's where they're focusing their recruiting on going forward is offensive defense. Once they get that
when
right,
I seen those guys playing, when you watch the game, you did notice certain things. Size to me stood out first, and I seen in skilled positions the amount of speed and power. They was probably a little bit bigger and stronger. I seen how many broken tackles. See, we play football. When you move up in levels, that broken tackle is what lets you know you're playing above your levels.
It's also the depth. You know, when you talk about Travis Hunter's hurt, they got a 5-star corner to replace. But you know, when you look at Oregon, the amount of success they've had throughout the years, the amount of recruiting, they have commits, and that's the difference, you know. So again, with Deion Sanders,
they're not to be played with.
No, Deion Sanders, they play USC, they're going to go through it. But what's going to happen is they're going to get 2 losses. They're going to end up 3-2. They're going to turn around and be 7-3 later on because they're the rest of the schedule, and they're going to be okay. They're going to end up making a bowl game. The hype will die down a little bit after these 2 losses, a little bit. They're going to end up making a bowl game, which is huge for them. Mm-hmm. Going from nothing bowl game. Next year, they get a little stronger. And guess what he said? Deion said, the guy, the number 1 quarterback coming out is the kid from USC. Mm-hmm. He's coming out this year, supposedly. So Deion says, with this NIL money, my son ain't going to be second to nobody. So we'll let little Caleb come out. Yeah. He's going to come back with me 1 more year.
Yeah, for that money. For that check it out.
No, he says he doesn't have to leave. Before, the kids were forced out. Why?
Yeah.
Mom is living in a shack.
Yeah, the money.
The money. Now,
that's what I said. He's going to come back for that money.
Well, he's going to. No,
he'll come and give him 1 more year to play.
The real money is if he leaves to the NFL, is the real money. It's not, you can't compare to the NIL. But him already this year making $4 million off NIL. the son,
Right.
He what Deion says he's okay. He can the NIL money is good to hold him down where he doesn't feel pressure. He's driving a Maybach.
Yes.
He doesn't feel pressure to go buy one.
Yes.
Knowing that the agent is saying, "Come out now."
I heard his son say he needs Deion to get him a Phantom or something.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that once we see that,
I bet you he gets it.
The level of bragging, you know, as minorities, what we bring. We're the type of people that punch you in the face and then say, ha, 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 how that tastes.
Yeah.
Right? It's a different bragging.
Hold that.
Right? So what I'm saying is that you have to add that into the sauce. The country's already divided. So when you see, did you see the interview about the white fan who phoned in to this big time radio show? Was it, I forgot who it was, and then the fan was criticizing Deion. And then the guy says, "But what's wrong?" He goes,
"Yes." He broke him down.
Yeah, and then he finally
it's a great interview.
He finally said, "You guys are taking the only thing we have left
as
white people is coaching, and he's doing a great job. If Deion does that, ain't no white guy can do what he does."
He broke it down.
How we gonna compete with that?
How?
We already got the players.
You ain't got the answers, Sway.
Right. So what I'm saying is that understand the temperature of the country.
Yeah.
See. No, I don't want to sound racist, but see, white people, they'll stick it to you while smiling and hugging you. Like they want you to be. No, you can. Like the way the speech that the white coach did. Oh, they a certain way of saying it. Stick it to them, but keep it classy.
Yeah.
Deion get dirty, right? So they're not used to that. But he's a coach. Who hired him? He's not so. What do you mean? Why he always got glasses and shades on? He's supposed to be clean cut. So he's again change.
Prime time.
Paradigm shift is what I was trying to say in the coaching ranks.
Yes.
And because they're saying if this is successful, this is why they want him to lose.
Yes, because then they got to fire him.
It's a copycat world. Forget about business. It's a world of copycats. Everyone wants a coach like him, which they can't find him, but they'll try.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, you can't find another job. How many job labels try to sign 30,000 jobs and fail?
Right.
But they try. They put money. They're going to try.
That's right.
All right? So they will try, and they're thinking about it now. That's what I was saying. If I'm LSU or something, I'm trying to talk Shaq into coaching my basketball team to get that sauce. I need that sauce in my school. I need Shaq walking around my school.
Yes.
Is what I'm saying. Deion's walking around campus.
Turn those cameras on. Film him.
Deion is walking around campus. Yes. How about this? If I'm deciding to go, if I'm in Colorado and I'm deciding to go to Colorado State, Colorado, and I don't even play sports, I'm going to Colorado. It's popping over there.
That's a
We're on
big
TV.
fact. And that's what I said.
That's what he's bringing from a recruiting aspect.
From a recruiting aspect.
Come on.
If you're a player, if you're a kid, if you're a kid and a player that's coming in, it's all right. If you're a kid and you're a player, all you want is to do is go play for a coach that's going to inspire you, and you want to have a chance to make money today with this NIL. I deal with all of these kids right now. They want to know how much you got for me. Well, guess what? Now with Prime over there, every NIL deal just went up because of exposure. So the more exposure you get, the more it went up. And that's it. It's like it's going to make it so much easier for him to recruit. What does his shirt say? He always has his shirt on. He says, I'm not hard to find.
Yeah.
I'm not hard to find. I'm right here. You want to come play with me? Holler at me. Let's go.
Yeah, I've been watching. You go to ESPN now, and this is what's crazy. Out of 10 commercials, 5 is Deion now. He's got the Kentucky Fried Chicken commercial with his sons. Don't spill that. Give me he's got Allstate with the head coach. He's got a few others. Yeah. He's got a Burger King or McDonald's one with burgers. So what I'm saying is that he's also embracing it. And but people forget, let's go back in time. When Primetime came in the league with the gold chains, he's got a platinum album or a single he dropped.
Yeah.
Must be the money.
Oh, yeah.
It's turning me. So he came in and people hated him back then. But when he got on that field, they feared him. Yeah. And I think the hate is really also a scare fear.
It is fear.
And being successful in the game of life.
And it is what
contagious.
That man said on that interview. You see it, because you see these coaches saying slick shit, and it's like, that's not even, you're out of character.
Of course,
but it's only because it's Deion.
comeback.
But it's also because it's Deion, right?
And they need
They
the
never
clicks.
would ever think they're on his level. So now they get a chance to talk to this man directly because he's a coach, right? This is prime time. They couldn't talk to fucking prime time. Now they get to talk and then go at him. And God forbid, when they win it, they could really even talk more shit. But the reality is, like he said, don't worry.
The fact that the coach said in his speech, they're out for clicks and we're out for wins.
Yes.
Lets me know that Colorado's beating them in the social media game.
Oh.
You just said it. Yo, they're killing us, but we out here, we're going to kill them on the field.
They're beating him by a bigger margin than they won on the field.
Huge.
Oh, man, it's crazy. But
And Deion can sit back and say, well, how many of these guys wear a gold jacket?
Right.
Played the level I played at.
Because
coaching comes from, let's be honest, if I'm Deion, I can sit back and say, hey, yeah, he's got a great program, but there's no way. He hasn't played football at the level I played.
Right. Most of them guys never played football. Like,
not at the level Deion.
A lot of them coaches, Nick Saban played?
No.
Okay, this is what I'm saying. A lot of these coaches are just great coaching minds, right? And they never played the game, but that doesn't mean they can't be a great coaching mind. I'm not going to knock them, but like I said, they was always beneath a Deion Sanders in prime time, and now they have a chance to actually take shots at him. They have a chance to criticize, talk about whatever it may be. And again, he's been nothing but A1 class, A1, and I love that about him because that is everything. Like he's sitting there and he's dealing with that with all the style, elegance, and grace, and just doing it with a smile on his face, and he's talking nothing but positive. He's telling them, I congratulate him, coach. It was a great win. But he did say, I'm taking receipts, though.
Yes.
Like, I don't forget. So don't worry about it. I'm going to catch you later. But don't worry, we're going to do it the right way. And I'm telling you, when I seen those cheap shots those players are going to get, they have to be very aware of that. And I know you say it's part of the game, but these are kids, right? So at the end of the day, let me finish. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, that's a part of the game that you got to be wary because this is their livelihood. God forbid someone hurts one of these boys with a cheap shot like they just did.
Spleen or liver. That's crazy.
Come on, this is what you just did to this kid. For what reason? But we all got karma. So at the end of the day, it'll catch.
Oh no, the karma he hit was with those death threats alone. Like I'm on social media, I couldn't imagine jumping on saying something here or doing something and going to my phone and guys are saying, "Yo, I'm gonna kill you."
That's right.
That's his karma.
Yeah.
And guess what? For the rest of the season until you're the guy with you're a cheap shot. That's his leg. So karma hit him right there. He got to
immediately gonna get hit with that.
He's living with that.
It's a fact. But everything's been moving. I wanted to definitely bring this to attention. The business of Deion Sanders.
The business of college football. Deion has really, really not exposed it, but to say, hey, this is the new way of doing it. The new way of doing it. And to me, compared to the old Sabans and the old Clemson coaches and all this other stuff, I think that's the new way.
Yeah. Man, again, I'm going to just keep shouting them out. We're going to definitely at you at this, Deion. You know what I'm saying? Keep up the good work. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to catch a game out there with you and, man, just catch up. And, man, thank you. We needed it. It's like a breath of fresh air. Thank you.
Yeah, college football needed you, brother.
They definitely did. This is great. This is great. I just want to sign off. You know what I'm saying? Anything else you want to talk about?
No, that's it. That's really it.
I think we covered it. I think this is a great interview again, or not interview, but conversation that I wanted to make sure we put out there. This is Gotti Lorenzo.
Mr. Money for the Gringos.
Don Dinero.
Swagada.
And this is Givin Them The Business.